Guys, welcome to my channel, and today we will discuss about semester first assignments for subject business economics, and it's for June 2022 cycle. So just before starting this assignment, just giving you a brief about the complete plan. So there are basically six subjects, and each subject comprises of 100 marks, and 30 marks belongs to the assignments, and 70 marks is of main exams. And if you talk about the assignment, so every assignment is having three questions: the first, second, and the third question. Third question is having two parts: third A and third B. And in each question, the maximum word limit is around 1,000 words. So it's not a mandate that you should be equal to 1,000 words, maybe a little bit on the higher side. But if I talk about a little bit, it can be plus minus 10%. So normally, on an average, we can say that you can write the assignments up to 800, 850 words starting, and maximum up to 1100 words. That's for the two questions for second, and for third A question and third B question, it's the minimum limit is around 400, 450 words, and it can go maximum up to 550. Don't try to exceed it 550 words. And there are two important concepts which you need to take care while preparing the assignments. The first thing is the plagiarism. So plagiarism simply states that you can refer to the content can be from anywhere. It can be from NMIMS books, it can be from any presentations, it can be from the Google, from the several case studies, but everything you need to write it in your own words, right? If you are just referring to some website, you can refer, you can read that content, but things should be written in your own words. If you are just directly copying paste it from internet or even from the NMIMS books, then also you can fall into plagiarism and you will get the 0 marks, right? So always try to write the things in your own words. The second thing comes is the copy case. So normally what happens, like somebody says that I have completed my assignments and I've already uploaded the portal, and post that I am free and I can maybe distribute my assignments to my friends, to my colleagues. So don't ever try to do this, because if the same assignment is being uploaded by some other guy, maybe some of your friend as well, then both will get copy case, right? It's not like the person who is uploading for the second time or the third time only will that guys will get the copy case. But suppose if five persons have uploaded, one, two, three, four, five, so all the five people, irrespective of the sequence, will get the copy case if all five have the same assignment. So don't ever share any of your assignment with your colleagues, right? It should be written in a Word document and needs to be uploaded in PDF only. So regarding this, I've already shared one video. You can refer to that video. Now coming to the actual thing about the business economics stuff. So business economics assignment is more or less about the formula based, or it's a, you can say, numerical based assignment. Yes, definitely you need to write the content as well, because if you see the questions are directly like just you need to do certain kind of calculations. So don't think that just only writing the calculation you will get the marks. So in addition to this, you just need to explain the things, or you can say the various terminologies which are being used in the question. So make sure that you just explain that thing. So definitely I will be covering it in the coming slides. So let's quickly start with our assignment. Before this, I will just let you show. This is your assignment, which is having three questions: first, second, third A, and third B. And so let's discuss each of the question one by one. So first, you talk about the first question. Assume that a consumer consumes the two commodities and X and Y and makes a five combination from the two commodities. Calculate the marginal rate of substitution and explain the answer. Right. So if you see, you just need to do one calculation here. You just need to calculate the MRS, and you need to explain what is MRS, and after that you need to explain the answer, right? So many students just ping me and ask me that, sir, it's delta x upon delta y. It's, oh, just start with the firstly reference the page number. So firstly go to the page number 108. So I'm just going to the book, go to the page number 108, right? So if we talk about 108, so it's clearly mentioned what is marginal rate of substitution. So you need to explain all this stuff, and after that there's one calculation, right? So if you see, the calculation is always there: delta y upon delta x, right? So many students say, okay, sir, here x is something different, y is something different. So guys, don't worry, it's the same thing, right? if you do the calculation in both the manners, both will be correct, right? If you assume any of the thing, like, because if you see, these are the two commodities, right? One is x, one is y. So maybe you can use it delta y upon delta x, or maybe you can use delta x upon delta y. So firstly understand what's the concept of mrs. So mrs is simply when, if you want to keep overall utility as same, what will be the impact if you reduce one commodity and other will increase. So basically it's basically the, you can say, the relationship between both the commodities. It's about delta x upon delta y, or delta y upon delta x, so it doesn't matter. It's simply like tea and coffee, right? Tea and coffee, or maybe you can say water or milk, right? So if you take water as x, or maybe you can say tea and coffee, tea is x and coffee is y, or maybe tea is y, coffee is x. So both the things remain the same. So what will be the impact if tea will increase, the impact on coffee, or you can say what will the impact of coffee, impact on tea. So both will give the different answers definitely, but the calculation will be the same, and both the answers will be correct, right? So if you want to calculate this, so if you see the calculation, so firstly you just need to calculate the delta y or delta x. So delta y is simply the difference in the values. So if you want to calculate the delta x, so delta x is here 5, here it will be 4, here it will be 4, here it will be 2. Again, it will be delta x, it will be 2, it will be 5, it will be 8, it will be 10, right? So you just calculated both the things, delta x and delta y. After that, you just simply divide both the things. Maybe you can just divide 5 by 2 or 2 by 5, right? Both are the same thing. It doesn't impact anything, right? It's simply you are at one place, you are assuming x as the base value and impact of it on y, and in the other case you are considering y as the common field and showing the impact of x, right? After that, it's clearly mentioned, explain the answer. So you just need to explain the answer. So if I talk about the explanation, so explanation is simple, that if the value is coming as minus or it will be the positive, then the consumer moves down. What means, what will be the impact of the indifference curve? It will go down, it will go up. So how the things will vary if the value is plus or minus, that the only thing which you need to explain, right? So I think we have covered all the things. Introduction to MRS, explain with an example. Yes, one more thing. While giving the introduction, if you are having shorten of the words, maybe you can just explain it with an example. Definitely, to let around 200 to 50 words to it. Definitely, it's simply added to your words. Calculate MRS as per the case study and explain the results. Right. So these all things you need to mention in the question number one. Now going to the second question, I think first question is pretty much clear because many students were having confusion about x and the y values, so don't worry. Now going to the second question, elaborate the term total revenue and the marginal revenue, and also calculate the TR and MR in the given table. So again, you just need to explain what is TR, what is MR, and calculate the TR MR. So what pages you need to refer? Go to the page number 257. So again, being it's a 10 marks question, so again you can give a brief concept what is revenue. After that, you can explain what are the three types of revenue: total revenue, average revenue, and marginal revenue. Right. After that, you can just explain 8.9.1, which is total revenue. So total revenue will be quantity into price, and you just need to calculate the values. So if you calculate this, it will be 20, it will be 36, it will be 48, it will be 56, it will be 60. Right. And if you want to calculate the average revenue, so average revenue is not being asked, and then the last one is the marginal revenue. So marginal revenue is total revenue of the second minus total revenue of the first. Like in this case, it will be 36 minus 20, it will be 48 minus 36, it will be 56 minus 48, it will be 60 minus 56. Right. So this is the way you calculate the marginal revenue. Right. And the best part is you just showcase it in the tabular format. So I think it's somewhere mentioned in the book as well. So if you explain it in this tabular format, just calculate each of the stuff separately, and after that show it in the tabular format. Right, as mentioned in the question, just fill up these values. It will definitely be easy for the one to understand and to just see that your answer is correct or not. Right. Now coming to the third question, so third is having two parts as we discussed earlier, and each is having 500 words. So you should be crisp and clear. Don't try, don't exceed more than 550 words. So from the given demand schedule for the air tickets, calculate the elasticity of demand. Right, so go to the page number 131. Okay, elasticity of demand. So firstly, explain it a bit about the elasticity of demand. Definitely, you can mention that there are three types: price, income, and cross elasticity. It's not a mandate, but yes, if you require means 50, 60 more words, then definitely you can mention. After that, being the question is being asked about the price elasticity, right? So it's the price of air ticket divided by quantity demanded. So it's more about the price elasticity. So you just need to explain the price elasticity of demand. You just need to explain the formula. The formula will be delta Q upon delta P into P upon Q, right? So if we talk about what is delta Q? So delta Q is simply 1500. If we talk about delta P, it will be 20,000. And into P, P will be the price value. So P will be the initial price. Initial value 5,000. Sorry, it will be 1 lakh and initial quantity was 5,000. Right. So this is the way you just calculate. And always it's a better thing if you see, I have lastly mentioned that explain the results. Right. So if you see the price elasticity is again of different types. It is perfectly price elastic, perfectly inelastic, relatively inelastic, and unitary. So once you are done with the answer, whatever be the answer, I'm not aware what's the exact answer is, but suppose if the value is coming as maybe infinity, like denominator, obviously it's not infinity or zero, but yes, definitely it's the value is either greater than it's greater than a zero or maybe less than zero, or maybe its value is coming as equal to one, greater than one, equal to one. So based on that, you just need to explain that okay, this is relatively elastic or relatively inelastic or maybe unitary one. So you just simply write two or three liners at the end explaining what's your answer and what will be the demand in this case, right? It's always add you can say 1 marks to your answers, right? So third A question is clear. Moving to the third big question, elaborate the term elasticity of supply and explain the three factors that determines the elasticity of supply. So it's page number 163, going to the page number 163, elasticity of demand. So you just need to directly explain what is elasticity of supply. Sorry, elasticity of supply. Just maybe you can just give one example, but will be very long, so it's better to just maybe cut short it or just skip this part if you are having more words, because more words will always more than 550 words will always decrease your overall marks, right? And explain any three factors. So going to the page number 170. So it's the factors, it is the nature of product, production techniques, time period, and the agriculture products. So maybe you can just explain any three of them. It's totally up to you, right? So this is about the third B question. Yeah, just one important thing which I just want to explain. Many students come up, okay, sir. In this case, when we are just checking the plagiarism online, we'll getting more plagiarism. Yes, definitely. In business economics, you might get more plagiarism because as I always mention that the formula will always be remain the same, or the calculation will always remain the same, right? It's simply if you just do 5 plus 10, it will always be 15, right? So every person will write the same thing: 5 plus 10 equals to 15, right? So there are chances that plagiarism will be high, the copy cases will be high. So that's why the theoretical part, whatever the theory you are writing, that you should be written in your own words so that you can avoid this copy case, right? So this is very important thing in case of business economics. The same is applicable for all the numerical or you can say the question based papers like in first time it's business economics and finance, right? That's all are the theoretical ones, so no need to worry much. And this is all about this business economics assignments. And yes, if you are not sure about your content, maybe you can just give a try on your own and share it to me at ngasce.mba@gmail.com, so that I will just validate your content and share you the comments, so that if you want to make any changes, then you can easily do so, and relevant changes will be added so that you will gain more marks. And if you have any doubts or facing any issue, feel free to connect to me at ngc.mba@gmail.com. To like this video, do like, to subscribe, and stay connected for further videos. Thank you so much.